Hello students, I hope all you are doing well in this COVID-19 pandemic. As per the government guidelines, no one should come out from their home other than any essential work. And as you are promoted to the next class, we have to start study related to that. So by thinking of this from today onwards, I will teach you by my video lectures. So today we will look the overview of the subject called as an embedded system. So this embedded system is an elective subject, and as per your review, we choose this subject to teach you. So today we will discuss about the teaching scheme, examinations, course objective and outcomes, and introduction to the different modules. So without wasting any further time, let's jump to the syllabus of subject embedded system as per the Mumbai University. So this is the syllabus for the embedded system, and as you see here, that there are four theory hours, weekly 4 hours, and there are four credits given to this subject. There are two internal assessment tests, that is a unit test 1 and unit test 2. Both are of 20 marks. Then at the end we are taking average of the two unit tests, that will be the total of 20 marks, and there will be an end semester examination of 80 marks. So like that wise, that will be the 100 marks paper. And we'll see the what are the course outcomes here. So basically the embedded system, what you will learn in this embedded system, what will be the outcomes or what will be the objectives of the embedded system. So it is used to develop your background knowledge about the embedded system, to understand the communication techniques, to you must be able to write the program in embedded system, and for the real-time operating system. So these are the different objectives they have set while during finalizing the subject. So these are the different, as now we will go for the modules. So these are the different modules that you have to study. So in the chapter number 1, or you can say it is in the module number 1, that is the introduction, where you will study the definition, what is an embedded system, what is the difference between the embedded system and the general purpose system, what are the different classifications of an embedded system, where we are using the embedded system, it means what is the application area, how whenever we are designing some embedded system, so what are the design matrices, what are the characteristics that we have to take care while designing an embedded system or choosing the embedded system. So what are the real-time requirement, what is the embedded process development life cycle, how the embedded processor, how the embedded system will get developed. And for that there are different modeling systems are there that we will study in detail in this chapter. So in the chapter number 2, that is called as a processor, where we have to study the custom single purpose processor, standard single purpose processor, and the general purpose processor. Then we have to study, as we have already know what is the RISC-V 6, so that architecture also we have to study according to the embedded system. Then we have to get one example, that is on the GCD. In the chapter number 3, you have modules that which is used for the communication, how the communication is there, what are the different attributes in that communication, and what are the buses that we are using for the communication from the one user to the another user. So there are different types of buses: CAN bus, I2C, Modbus, and SPI. And we have to study in detail what is the structure of that bus, what is the data bytes in that bus, what are the different points that we have to take care while designing these buses. Then we have to study the examples on the parallel communication, serial communication, as well as on a wireless communication. Then on a chapter number 4, we will study the real-time operating system. In that real-time operating system, what are the basics, what are the types of operating system, how this operating system, how the process, how the task, and how this process are interlinked with each other, that we have to study while using a multiprocessing and multitasking. If the system is a multitasking, then we have to check how this multitasking sequences are scheduled. Then we have to study the structure between the relation between the thread, process, and the scheduling. Then in the chapter number 5, we have a task communication, task synchronization, what is a device driver, what is how to choose an RTOS, and different example on RTOS. In the chapter number 6, as you see here, what are the design Then we have to design different RTOS. How to design that? As we know that digital camera is a one type of embedded system. So how to design? What are the requirements? What are the specifications of the embedded system? That we have to study here. The next point in that is an automatic chocolate vending machine. So this we have to study how the chocolates are produced, how the chocolates are made, and how it is packed, and we are ready to sell for the customers. That we have to study. Then we have a adaptive cruise control in a car. So this we have to study in. These are the 6 modules that we have to study in the subjects of embedded system. So these are the different books. That out of that, some of the books I have, that I will forward you the PDF format of that book, so you can easily refer that book while studying. So now we will come for the assessment pattern. So in that assessment pattern, you have an internal assessment. There are 2 internal assessment, that each internal assessment is of 20 marks. First class test that we have to conduct is under the 40% of syllabus, and the second class test is additional of 40% of syllabus. So total 80% syllabus in unit test 1 and unit test 2. In that final, the average marks of both the unit tests will be considered as a internal assessment. Then you have end semester examination. The question paper will be of 6 questions, and total of each query is a 20 marks. So the end semester, as I told you before, the end semester examination is of total of 80 marks. So in that 80 marks, they have divided into the 6 module. Out of that 6 module, you have to solve the 4 modules to get the 80 marks. In that 4, out of whatever the 4 questions you are solving, out of that, question number 1 is compulsory, and from the question number 2 to 6, you have to solve any 3 questions fully for the 80 marks. So this is the brief of your embedded system subjects, and I hope we'll start the our chapter number 1 or module number 1 in a next lecture. So hope you are finding well in these situations. So stay home and stay safe.